Alright guys, what's up? You see my shirt? I think I've shown you guys this before, but I just love this shirt. It's like so comfortable. But I just wanted to kind of, I don't know, I feel a rant coming on, so you'll have to bear with me. I'm sorry if it does come out, but I'm sure it'll make somebody laugh along the way. But, this isn't what the rant's about, but I thought this was funny. The other day I was at the doctor, and, you know how the people take your blood pressure and everything before the doctor comes in? And she's doing that, and mind you, I'm there for an anxiety-based thing. So I'm sitting there, and she does all her stuff, and then she's like, "Can I ask you a question?" And instantly I'm just like, oh God, what did I do? But I was like, yeah, go ahead. And in my head, I'm just like randomly thinking of god-awful things she could ask me that have absolutely no real reason why I would be thinking those. And she says, "What do you do for a living?" And I'm thinking, what in the hell? And I was like, "Oh, I stay home with my kids right now, but I used to work in the lab of a hospital." And she goes, "'Cause, I mean, I don't know anything about you, but you just look like such a badass." And I looked at her dead in the eyes like this. I was like this. "That's because I am." No, just kidding. I'm not. I'm like if anybody that actually knows me, I'm like a bundle of nerves and sweaty feet wrapped in a shell of, I don't know, armor, I guess, to kind of just like protect my fragile soul from the earth. But I thought that was funny. She was like, "Oh yeah, you just strike me as a badass." Hey, that's not the first person to tell me that either. Must be the name. But I kid. You know how much of a badass I really am? Yeah, me and my best friend closed down the mall on a Tuesday. I know. It didn't make the papers, but it was mind-blowing, I tell you that. With this new year, it's really bothering me. Here's where I can feel the rant. You ever feel that? Like when you feel the rant coming? I can feel it. It bothers me when people are so irrationally judgmental against people. Like, judgmental in a way that has nothing to do with what the person is doing. Like, you don't even make any sense. You need to go sit down, and no one can have a conversation with you because your intellect is not high enough to have a conversation with. Okay, because let's backtrack. This is where this is coming from. Okay, Taylor Swift's new album came out a while ago now. I am a Taylor Swift fan. I'm just going to put that out there right now, so go ahead if you want to click away, go ahead. But whether or not I was a fan or not, to look at her and say she's not a massively successful artist is idiotic. She has done things that no other artist has done. Yes, she's mainstream, so it's not the same as like an independent artist doing, you know, big numbers and this and that, but people just want to hate on her to hate. And it's like, what in God's name? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand why. Because she has a song, and she says in the song, if she was a man, everybody would be able to look past all the things she does. And that couldn't be more true. I mean, I'm by no means this radical, burn your bra kind of woman, but, I mean, it's not even remotely fair how women are perceived and judged in society and compared to men. I mean, if you go to a concert and there's a guy up there singing, and he takes off his shirt and he has a big beer gut, Does that change the way the song sounds? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But you got people over here freaking out because Taylor Swift put in a video that she was fat on the scale when she got on there. She's not saying that she doesn't like fat people. She's saying that she feels that way because that's how society has trained all of us to view women. If you're not super skinny, you're fat. If you're fat, you can't do anything. You're just atrocious. And that's not true. And there's no happy medium. Somebody's always mad. And just like, well, they're like, I saw a comment about Miranda Lambert the other day. Somebody was saying that, calling her Miranda Hambert, and she's gained weight, and they don't know if they can be a fan anymore, and this and that. Well, then obviously you weren't a fan in the first place, because her weight has nothing to do with her vocals. Her vocals sound amazing. She has sounded amazing since she started. Do I like every single song she has put out? No. Do I like every single song any artist has ever put out? No. Does it have anything to do with what she's wearing or how much she weighs? Absolutely not. And the fact that society has trained us to nitpick at each other like that is to keep us from reaching our absolute potential. Because if you have a group of women walk in a room together, they are instantly nitpicking in their heads at, oh, well, she's better looking at this than me. Oh, well, I can do this better than her. Just trying to see what can get them a leg up, because they're making it a competition, because that's what society tells us that we have to do. And that needs to be broken. In 2023, that needs to be broken. The society norms that have come and turned everyone against whatever a powerful woman is doing needs to stop. Because it doesn't just always, oh, you need to be skinny. Because look at Adele. She had a great career. She lost a bunch of weight, and the people are like, I liked her better when she was fat. What? What does that have to do with anything? She sounds amazing. What she looks like should not matter. You should be able to separate that. And if you can't separate that, you need to take a step and look back at yourself, because there's something wrong with you. People sit here and say that Michael Jackson, I'm not saying he's not a good artist, but if you can separate what he was accused of in his personal life, and if you go with how he looked in the beginning of his career to how he looked when he died, that is a drastic difference also. So if you can put those two things aside and still say, oh, well, I just like his music, well, then why can't you set aside that, this artist or that artist may have gained a few pounds or lost some weight, or maybe they're just not comfortable with how they look. You don't need to nitpick it at. If you are somebody who looks in the mirror every day and has never once said, God, I don't like what I see, God bless you. God bless you. Because not everybody gets that luxury. I can tell you right now that I've never looked in the mirror and been like, whew, I like what I see. But I'm not going to go out here and be like, oh, I really liked her music until, she put on them 5 pounds. What? Nobody says that about a male artist. You got, old rock and roll artists that now have a beer gut and they're still pulling their shirts off and having a good time, and everybody in the audience is just still screaming and singing the songs and no one bats an eye. So why are women held at a different standard? Not only by men, but by other women. And we need to stop. It's 2023. Who cares if somebody has gained some weight or lost some weight? Quit judging. Maybe if you'd quit judging everybody wouldn't feel like they have to drastically change how they look. If you saw pictures of yourself all the time on tabloids, is she pregnant? Did she starve herself? That's just mentally putting people in a bad headspace. And we wonder why mental illness is at an all-time high. Not only because it's not talked about, but because you have society sitting there programming you that you're not perfect. Well, guess what? No one is. And who's the judge of that? Certainly not them. So next time you see women out there, next time you see a woman doing good, how about you be happy for her? Don't be jealous. Don't be angry. Don't be bitter. Be happy. And if you're not happy about something in you, then you take that opportunity to change it in you. Don't reflect your insecurities onto somebody else. And men, stop trying to change everything about a female that you don't like. And either overlook it or move on. That's my rant for today. We just need to be nicer to everybody.